This video will cover how to build the Alexa Mini Camera package from the LSBU Kitroom. Firstly, attach the tripod plate to the Manfrotto tripod, ensuring that it's secured tightly. Now take the Alexa Mini out of the pellet case and slide it onto the Arri base plate. This will allow you to move the camera forward and backwards to gain the best balance on your tripod. Use this lever to lock it in place. Now add the 15mm supplied rods to your Alexa Mini. You can lock these in place using this lever. When these rods are secured, take out the battery plate from your pellet case and slide it onto the back of your rig. When it's in place, attach the battery LEMO connection to the back of the Alexa Mini, matching the red dots. This should require almost no force to go in. Ensure these dots are lined up, otherwise you could break the pin configuration. To power your camera, attach the supplied V-Lock battery. We will now attach the EVF monitor to the camera rig. Loosen the screw at the front of the Alexa Mini cage. This will allow you to maneuver the EVF holder. Turn it so it's upright and the small locking pin is at the bottom of the EVF holder. Now slide the EVF into the holder. Use this lever to lock it in place. This screw allows you to tilt the EVF to find the most comfortable operating position. Tighten it up to lock it back into place. You must now unscrew this panel to connect the EVF lead. Now plug the EVF lead into the body of your camera, again being careful to match the red dots. This shouldn't take much force to go in. Thread this through the top cage to keep it tidy. Now plug it into your EVF. Retighten up the panel to secure it in place. The Alexa Mini records onto CFast 2.0 cards. The port is located at the back right of the camera. Open the latch to slide in your media. The Alexa Mini comes with a set of CP2s. To attach a lens to a PL mount, slide the lever on the left-hand side of the mount and take off the cap. This is a PL mount's locking pin. Line up the lens with the locking pin and gently push it into the mount. When the lens is fully in the mount, push the lever to lock it in place. To check your lens is aligned properly, the T-stop sign and focus distance should be the right way up on either side of the lens. To attach your follow focus, slide them onto the 15mm rails. Lock these in place with these screws. This lever will unlock the focus gear and allow you to attach it to your lens. Always ensure there is a solid connection between your focus gear and your lens so it doesn't slip. You can now attach your MAP box to your camera system. To do this, slide it onto the 15mm rod system. The MAP box is designed to swing away, so it's easy to change lenses. To do this, pull up this lever. You can also change the height of the MAP box to make sure it fits your lens. Release these two levers to do this. Use these screws to attach the MAP box flags. A small HD monitor comes with the Alexa Mini kit. Attach the magic arm and monitor to the cage. You can power the monitor using the D-tap to MPF cable. Use one of the D-tap ports on the battery plate and plug it into the back of the monitor. Connect the supplied SDI cable to one of the ports on the back of the Alexa Mini and to the input on the back of your monitor. To power on the Alexa Mini, hold down the button at the back left of the camera body. The LED will start flashing to indicate it's turning on. The Alexa Mini is primarily controlled through its EVF. To bring up the menu, hit the M button at the top of your EVF. To navigate the menu, use the jog wheel, which is located on the left-hand side of the EVF's monitor. When you hit the menu button on the Alexa Mini, it will pop up with a quick access menu. To delve deeper into the menu, click the jog wheel in. This will bring up the main menu. The first thing to set in your camera is the resolution and codec. This is in the recording tab of the main menu. You can also set up your project settings. Here you can set your project frame rate. This should be the frame rate which you wish to edit in. When you shoot off speed with this camera, it will conform to this frame rate. For example, if your project frame rate is 25p and you choose to shoot at 50, it will play back at your project's frame rate, therefore being twice as slow. It should be noted that we do not currently have an audio input solution available for this camera. Therefore, you must slate and mark your work correctly to sync up your secondary audio. By pressing the button at the top left of the EVF, you can change the camera's frame rate. The top center button allows you to adjust the time code. The top right button allows you to change your shutter. This can be set either to speed or angle and can be switched from this screen. The bottom left button allows you to change your camera's exposure index. The native rating for this camera is 800. Increasing your exposure index instead of introducing more light into your scene will increase the amount of noise in your image. You can also change your internal ND filter and its strength from this screen. The bottom center button allows you to change the lookup table that's applied to your footage. From this page, you can cycle through the preset looks that are currently built into the Alexa, while also being able to configure if this look is going to be baked into your recording, and if it's going to be sent out through your monitor, EVF, or SDI ports. The bottom right button allows you to change your color temperature. There will be a list of presets that you can cycle through, as well as being able to use the auto white balance function. Double-click the AW button to action this. By hitting the top right button, you can also add your own color temperature settings. Here you can adjust the Kelvin temperature, as well as the tint settings. There are two recording buttons on the Alexa Mini. One is on the side of the body, and the other is on the top of the viewfinder. When you hit record, you will be given a tally lamp on your EVF, as well as a recording indication on your monitor. To review your footage, hit the play button, which is located underneath your EVF. There are some other function buttons on the top of your EVF. This allows you to turn peaking on and off on your monitor or EVF. This button activates your exposure tool. Here we can see false color being turned on and off. The next two buttons are user assigned and can be easily changed to suit your shooting needs. To do this, go to the main menu and scroll down to user buttons. The first two options show Viewfinder button 1 and Viewfinder button 2, where you can assign your preferred function. There are also three other user assignable buttons on your camera body. Within the User Buttons menu, scroll down to Camera User Buttons. Here you can assign your preferred functions to each of these buttons. To wipe the Alexa Mini's card, head to the Media menu. Here you can erase the entire card, or alternatively, delete the last clip that was shot. To reset your camera when you finish shooting, head to the Setup menu. In here you will be able to reset your camera to factory defaults. Always remember to wipe your cards and reset your camera before returning it to the kit room. For any questions about this item, or any from our store, contact the kit room.